Learn about the world. Kosovo. Kosovo is a partially recognized state and disputed territory in southeastern Europe. Delimited over an area of 10,887 square kilometers. Kosovo is located in the heart of the Balkans and is bordered by the uncontested territory of Serbia to the north and east, North Macedonia to the southeast, Albania to the southwest, and Montenegro to the west. Basic information. Full name, Republic of Kosovo. Government type, Parliamentary Constitutional Republic. ISO, XK. Country code, XK. Time zone, UTC+1. Telephone code, +383. Capital, Pristina. Largest municipalities by population: Pristina, Prizren, Ferizaj, Gjilan, Paja, Jakova, Podujeve, Mitrovica, Kosovo Polj, Vuštri, Lipjan, Drinac, Suharic, Malisheva, Rahovic, Skenderaj, Viti, Istog, Klina, Dragash. Area: 10,887 square kilometers. Terrain: dominated by vast plains and fields. Proklitiye and Sar Mountains in the southwest and southeast. Climate: continental climate influenced by Mediterranean and Alpine. Population: 1,667,483, 2024. Major ethnic groups: Albanians and Serbs are the largest ethnic groups, followed by Bosniaks, Gorani. Turks and Romani religions: 95.6% Muslim, 2.2% Roman Catholic and 1.5% Eastern Orthodox and 0.20% other languages, Albanian and Serbian. Import goods: mineral products, food and beverages. Machinery and electrical components, vehicles, chemical products, products of plastic and rubber, agricultural products, textile, live animals. Import partners: EU, Turkey, China, Albania. North Macedonia. Export goods: mining and processed metal products, mineral products, food and beverages, products of plastic and rubber, agricultural products, leather products, textile. Machinery and electrical components. Export partners: EU, North Macedonia, Albania, United States, Switzerland. Currency: Euro, EUR. Foreign relations of Kosovo are accomplished by efforts of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Kosovo. Kosovo operates 33 embassies abroad and is host to 22 embassies in Pristina. Kosovo has membership in several international organizations. On the 17th of February 2008, members of the Assembly of Kosovo declared independence from Serbia. This move was controversial among the international community. International supervision over the direction of the Assembly ended in September 2012. And Kosovo became responsible for its own governance. The Republic of Kosovo has been recognized by 108 non-member states, the Republic of China, Taiwan, the Cook Islands, and Niue. Serbia and other member states consider Kosovo as an autonomous region of Serbia under United Nations administration. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Kosovo has initiated the process of establishing diplomatic relations with all states that have recognized Republic of Kosovo, either by opening new missions or through accreditation of non-resident ambassadors to these countries. International treaties and conventions. Free trade agreement with Albania, the 1st of October 2003, free trade agreement with North Macedonia, the 2nd of February 2006, free trade agreement with Croatia, the 1st of November 2006, free trade agreement with Bosnia and Herzegovina, the 1st of December 2006, EU Pan-Euro Med-Ru Convention, free trade agreement with Turkey, 1 September 2019, Stabilization and Association Agreement, SA. With the EU, the 22nd of October 2015, UK, Kosovo. Partnership, Trade and Cooperation Agreement, the 20th of December 2019, EU Schengen Area Non-Visa Agreement, the 26th of April 2023, 13 agreements and declarations with Albania, the 6th of July 2023. Kosovo unilaterally self-proclaimed independence from Serbia in 2008, a move which Serbia strongly rejects. Serbia has not recognized the relations between Bosnia and Herzegovina and the Republic of Kosovo are unofficial because the former central government has not recognized Kosovo as a sovereign state. Essentially through the veto of the Bosnian Serb-dominated Republika Srpska. Bosniak and Croat members of the presidency support the recognition of Kosovo as a sovereign state. And Serb members do not. Bosnia and Herzegovina's constitution requires consensus among all three members in order to perform such an action. In April 2023, Bosnia and Herzegovina along with Greece, Moldova, Slovakia and Ukraine abstained in the vote to approve Kosovo's membership in the Council of Europe. Bosnia's abstention was strongly criticized by the Serbian government. Kosovo maintains 34 embassies abroad. Since Kosovo's declaration of independence, it has been recognized by 108 UN-member states, as well as the Sovereign Military Order of Malta, the Cook Islands and Niue. The foreign relations of Kosovo are conducted through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Pristina. As of 2023, 104 out of 193 United Nations member states recognize the Republic of Kosovo. Within the European Union, it is recognized by 22 of 27 members and is a potential candidate for the future enlargement of the European Union. On 15 December 2022, Kosovo filed a formal application to become a member of the European Union. Kosovo is a member of several international organizations including the International Monetary Fund, World Bank, International Road and Transport Union, Regional Cooperation Council, Council of Europe Development Bank, Venice Commission and European Bank for Reconstruction and Development. In 2015, Kosovo's bid to become a member of UNESCO fell 3 votes short of the 2/3 majority required to join. 23 countries maintain embassies in Kosovo. Kosovo maintains 24 diplomatic missions and 28 consular missions abroad. The relations with Albania are in a special case considering that both countries share the same language and culture. The Albanian language is one of the official languages of Kosovo. Albania has an embassy in the capital Pristina and Kosovo an embassy in Tirana. In 1992, Albania was the only country whose parliament voted to recognize the Republic of Kosovo. Albania was also one of the first countries to officially announce its recognition of the Republic of Kosovo in February 2008. From 1 January 2024, Kosovo nationals became exempt from visa requirements within the Schengen area for periods of up to 90 days in any 180-day period. Human rights in Kosovo has been a controversial subject due to the country's history of ethnic tension and its struggle for independence. This was highlighted during the onset of the Kosovo War and the subsequent intervention of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, NATO. Particularly, this war and the other conflicts in the Balkans were the focus of the European human rights instruments such as the Council of Europe, the Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, and the European Union. After it achieved independence in 2009, Kosovo has posted several milestones in upholding and the protection of human rights. Kosovo has multiple ethnic minorities that include the Serbs, Kosovar Albanians, Roma Turks, Muslim Slav, and other minorities. The war that transpired from 1998 to 1999 was the third conflict involving the former Yugoslavia and came after the wars in Bosnia and Croatia. All of these were orchestrated by the Serbian strongman Slobodan Milosevic, the leader of Serbia and Montenegro, Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, which controlled Kosovo as a province before the war. One of the measures that Kosovo has taken in response to its history of human rights abuses was the creation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission. This agency is mandated to investigate human rights violations that were committed during the Kosovo War. Organizations were also established to prosecute war criminals. An example is the Humanitarian Law Center (HLC), which was founded by the Serbian sociologist and human rights advocate Nataša Kandić. After the war, it opened an office in Pristina and worked with government officials, victims, and witnesses to prosecute war criminals. One of the critical human rights concerns in Kosovo involves human trafficking. In the early 2000s, the country was viewed as one of the centers of human trafficking in the Balkans. For instance, according to Amnesty International, trafficked women, who came from the poorest countries of Europe, were sold in transit to clients in Western Europe such as Italy, Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. Aside from the violation of their freedom, about 36% of these women were denied any form of medical care and the majority were forced into unprotected sex. By 2023, Kosovo has made significant inroads in addressing the human trafficking problem. The Kosovo Police (KP) now has a Trafficking in Human Beings Directorate, which investigates all trafficking cases through its 8 regional units. There is also a special coordinator assigned within the Office of the State Prosecutor to handle trafficking cases. In 2022, the United States Department of State cited persisting human rights-related problems such as corruption and impunity on the part of the government of Kosovo. These abuses also include politically motivated killings. Other issues involve different forms of abuse and violence as well as the harassment of ethnic minorities. It is noted that while authorities have made significant strides in addressing human rights violations and abuses, punishment and enforcement of laws sometimes lacked consistency. NATO launched Operation Allied Force in 1999 as a response to the ongoing ethnic cleansing and human rights abuses perpetrated by the Serbian forces. The goal was to compel the Milosevic government to cease its actions in Kosovo. After this was achieved and the establishment of the UN mission in Kosovo, UNMIK, waves of violence against ethnic minorities persisted. For instance, as authorities were preparing to accommodate the arrival of incoming NATO troops, the diocesan reports to the Serbian Orthodox Church revealed harrowing retaliatory abuses were still being committed. An account covering Pristina, for instance, stated that a wave of unprecedented violence, looting, murders, and abductions spread throughout the province, especially in the cities, where the main victims were the remaining Serbs, Roma, Gorani, and Muslim Bosniaks. Official data confirmed by both Serbian authorities and UNMIK cited that by January 1, 1998, there were 1,303 missing individuals, which include 944 Serbs, 210 Muslim Roma, and 149 ethnic Albanians. It was reported that UNMIK officials were baffled and frustrated by the relentless attacks against minorities even after the war and cited one particular problem, that the UN's involvement in Kosovo through the UNMIK lacked legislative support. Observers, including UNMIK officials, maintained that this lack of explicit commitment to a multi-ethnic Kosovo sent the wrong signals to extremists who perpetrated violence. Later international response to the ethnic conflict in Kosovo addressed the issues of cultural rights. Transport in Kosovo consists of transport by land and air. After the Kosovo's independence, improvements to the road infrastructure, urban transport, rail transport and air travel have all led to a vast improvement in transportation. These upgrades have played a key role in supporting Kosovo's economy. Air transport in Kosovo started as early as 1936 when Yugoslav flag carrier Aeroput opened scheduled flights from Belgrade to Skopje through Podujeve airfield as mid-stop. There are 3 airports situated in Kosovo: the Jakova Airport in the city of Jakova, Dumish Batalava Airfield in Podujeve, and the only international airport of Pristina in the capital of Kosovo, Pristina. Jakova's airport was built by the Kosovo Force, KFOR, following the Kosovo War, next to an existing airfield used for agricultural purposes, and was used mainly for military and humanitarian flights. The local and national government plans to offer Jakova Airport for operation under a public-private partnership with the aim of turning it into a civilian and commercial airport. Pristina International Airport is located southwest of Pristina. It is Kosovo's only international airport, the only port of entry for air travelers to Kosovo. Handling over 2.99 million, 2021 2.86 million, passengers per year on 22,000 flights. Jakova Airport was built by the Kosovo Force, KFOR, following the Kosovo War, next to an existing airfield used for agricultural purposes, and was used mainly for military and humanitarian flights. The local and national government plans to offer Jakova Airport for operation under a public-private partnership with the aim of turning it into a civilian and commercial airport. Rail transport. Total, 430 kilometers, 1.435 meters gauge. Around €200 million has been spent between 2019 and 2023 improving the main rail connections, with much of the funding coming from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, EBRD, the European Investment Bank, EIB, and grants from the European Union, EU, to bring standards up to the EU's Trans-European Transport Network, TEN-T, quality level. Trenkos is a private railway company based in Kosovo that also serves as the national rail carrier of the country. Established in 2011 alongside Infrakos, the two companies are the successors of Kosovo Railways, a public company that was split up and privatized. Trenkos offers rail service for both passengers and freight. Trenkos operates 430 kilometers, 267 mi, of railway in Kosovo, of which 333 kilometers, 207 miles, serve both freight and passenger, and 97 kilometers, 60 miles, only serve freight traffic. The non-electrified network originally consisted of 2 lines crossing at Kosovo Polj railway station in Kosovo Polj, a main line going from Kraljevo in western Serbia via Mitrovica and Kosovo Polj to Skopje in North Macedonia, and a branch line in east-west direction from Niš in southern Serbia via Pristina railway station in the capital Pristina and Kosovo Polj, with one branch leading to Paja and the other one to Prizren. Of these lines, the one from Pristina to Paja and the one from Kosovo Polj to Macedonia are still served by passenger trains. Some more parts of the network are occasionally served by freight trains. Like Kosovo Polj, Obalik, the other parts of the network are currently unused. Trenkos operates daily passenger trains on 2 routes, Pristina, Fushe Kosovo Pay, as well as Pristina, Fushe Kosovo Ferizaj, Skopje, North Macedonia, the latter in cooperation with Macedonian Railways. Road transportation of passengers and freight is the most common form of transportation in Kosovo. There are 2 main motorways in Kosovo, the R7 connecting Kosovo with Albania and the R6 connecting Pristina to the Macedonian border at Hani Elazit. The construction of the R7.1 motorway began in 2017. The R7 motorway, part of Albania-Kosovo Highway, links Kosovo to Albania's Adriatic coast in Durrës. Once the remaining European route, E80, from Pristina to Merdare section project will be completed. The motorway will link Kosovo through the present European route, E80, highway with the Pan-European Corridor X, E75, near Niš in Serbia. The R6 motorway, forming part of the E65, is the second motorway constructed in the region. It links the capital Pristina with the border with North Macedonia at Hani I Elazit, which is about 20 kilometers (12 mi) from Skopje. Construction of the motorway started in 2014 and finished in 2019. In recent years, two major road construction sprees took place on the main state roads of Kosovo, involving the construction of new roadways, putting of contemporary signs, planting of trees, and related greening projects. Works on two highways are completed. In 2021 there was an average of 181 cars per 1,000 people in Kosovo compared with 567 in the EU. Education in Kosovo is carried out in public and private institutions. Starting from 1999, education in Kosovo was subject to reforms at all levels, from preschool education up to university level. These reforms aimed at adjusting the education in Kosovo according to European and global contemporary standards. As a first step of this new system is considered the establishment of the Department of Education and Science, DE, which is followed with the creation of legal and professional infrastructure, which should facilitate the fundamental reformation of the education system 5+4+3 to 4 in the general and professional education as well as Bologna Agreement for higher education, and the establishment of the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology, MEST, in March 2002. During this period the private education system began to develop. The national institutions of education in Kosovo are governed by the Ministry of Education, Science and Technology. Education for primary, secondary, and tertiary levels is predominantly public and supported by the state, run by the Ministry of Education. Education takes place in two main stages: primary and secondary education, and higher education. The primary and secondary education is subdivided into four stages: preschool education, primary and low secondary education, high secondary education and special education. Preschool education is for children from the ages of 1 to 5. Primary and secondary education is obligatory for everyone. It is provided by gymnasiums and vocational schools and also available in languages of recognized minorities in Kosovo, where classes are held in Albanian, Serbian, Bosnian, Turkish and Croatian. The first phase, primary education, includes grades 1 to 5, and the second phase, low secondary education, grades 6 to 9. The third phase, high secondary education, consists of general education but also professional education, which is focused on different fields. It lasts 4 years. However, pupils are offered possibilities of applying for higher or university studies. According to the Ministry of Education, children who are not able to get a general education are able to get a special education. Fifth phase, higher education can be received in universities and other higher education institutes. These educational institutions offer studies for bachelor, master and PhD degrees. The students may choose full-time or part-time studies. Students from Kosovo performed very poorly on several PISA tests, and this result has sparked debates about the education system. The preschool education system is divided into 3 levels: kindergarten, for children of 1 to 2 years of age; kindergarten, for children of 3 to 4 years of age; and pre-primary class, for children of 5 years of age. The mandatory education begins when the child reaches 6 years of age, the minimal age of mandatory education. According to this law, the education in the publicly funded educational institutions is free of charge. The low secondary education is the second phase of mandatory education, which includes classes 6 to 9. Generations 12 to 15 years of age, respectively. The high secondary education is organized in the general and professional education. The high secondary education lasts 3 or 4 years depending on the educational curricula designed by the MEST. All students are entitled to pursue this level on voluntary basis. The high secondary education is divided into two categories, the general and professional education. The main goal of the secondary professional education, which includes professional schools, is to prepare the students for labor market, but it also offers possibilities of applying for higher post-secondary or university studies. This type of education is organized in 8 types of schools, where the classes are held in several profiles. In accordance with the law on education, the rights to special education in Kosovo have those children that don't have or are not able to have normal education. There are a total of 7 schools for special education and 64 adjoining classes. The classes are held in regular schools. In Kosovo, there are international schools, such as the Finnish School of Kosovo and the International Learning Group. Higher education is available of attaining in various universities and different educational institutions offering high professional education. Higher education is also available in public or private institutions where the students are offered associate degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and PhDs. Various schedules are additionally available where students can choose to pursue their studies full-time or part-time. Various alternations were brought by the network of higher education institutions, where a range of legal standards were adjusted for such institutions to develop. The standards and norms of higher education in Kosovo are supported by European standards as the platform on the development of the higher education. Healthcare. In the past, Kosovo's capabilities to develop a modern healthcare system were limited. However, the establishment of the Faculty of Medicine in the University of Pristina marked a significant development in healthcare. This was also followed by launching different health clinics which enabled better conditions for professional development. Nowadays the situation has changed and healthcare system in Kosovo is organized into 3 sectors including primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare. Primary healthcare in Pristina is organized into 13 family medicine centers and 15 ambulatory care units. Secondary healthcare is decentralized in 7 regional hospitals. Though Pristina does not have a regional hospital, it instead uses the University Clinical Center of Kosovo for healthcare services. The University Clinical Center of Kosovo provides its healthcare services in 12 clinics, where 642 doctors are employed. At a lower level, home services are provided for several vulnerable groups which are not able to reach healthcare premises. Kosovo healthcare services are now focused on patient safety, quality control and assisted health. Nowadays, healthcare institutions are going through some profound reforms that target providing decentralized services and covering all community residents by health insurance packages. Since 2011, the official statistical data functions under the Prime Minister's office. It is funded by the Kosovo Consolidated Budget and it is supported by donors. They have professional and technical cooperation with all ministries of Kosovo's government, especially with the Ministry of Economy and Finance, the Central Bank of Kosovo, Eurostat, International Monetary Fund, World Bank, SIDA, DFID, UNFPA, UNDP, UNICEF and many other international institutions. According to a study made by Kosovo's Ministry of Public Administration, The number of female employees in Kosovo's health institutions was distinctly greater during the previous years. In 2010 there were 8,928 female employees and 4,282 males. This number had a minor increase in favor of male employees by 1% in 2012. University Clinical Center of Kosovo, UCCK, had 870 doctors in 2010. In 2012 this number dropped to 642. The Department of Gynecology had the most personnel throughout the previous 3 years, while neurosurgery had the lowest. Medical services received several donations and international financial support raised dramatically. Many buildings have been constructed and renovated, the number of staff expanded, and the number of patients seeking medical services increased substantially. The highest healthcare authority in the Republic of Kosovo is Ministry of Health of Kosovo, as in other countries. Kosovo's healthcare system is organized into 3 levels: primary, secondary and tertiary healthcare. Primary healthcare relates to the professional healthcare services offered to the community, usually from a nurse or general practitioner. It covers a wide range of health and preventative services such as supporting and taking care equally for all community. Kosovo primary healthcare is organized in 2 separate levels such as family medicine centers (FM) and ambulatory healthcare units. Secondary healthcare refers to a higher level of healthcare system, in which patients from primary healthcare are referred for more specialized treatments. Secondary healthcare level includes medical services provided by a specialist or more advanced facilities. Upon referral from a primary care physician that requires more specialized knowledge, skill or equipment than the primary care physician, secondary prevention programs identify and treat asymptomatic people who have already been exposed to different risk factors or have any preclinical diseases, without any clinical symptoms. Tertiary healthcare is the highest specialized medical level, which offers more complex procedures and treatments performed by specialists. Tertiary activities involve treatment of already established diseases, manages to restore patients to their highest functional level, minimizes negative effects of disease and further complications. Kosovo's tertiary healthcare specialized medical services are offered by medical institutions such as University Clinical Center of Kosovo, University Dentistry Clinical Center of Kosovo, National Blood Transfusion Center, National Institute of Labor Medicine, Medical Center for Sport and Recreation, National Institute of Public Health and Faculty of Medicine, University of Pristina. Many tertiary healthcare services are mistakenly used instead of primary and secondary healthcare services from Kosovo inhabitants. According to the local government laws, the Department of Health and Social Welfare creates strategies for primary healthcare, diagnosis and basic healthcare. Sport in Kosovo is a tradition and plays a prominent role. Popular team sports in Kosovo include football, basketball, volleyball, handball, and rugby, whereas major individual sports include wrestling, judo, swimming, boxing, karate and skiing. Football is the most popular sport in Kosovo and the most successful team sport in the country. The Kosovo national football team in its short history achieved plenty of successful stories. 26. Their first success came at the 2018-19 UEFA Nations League, finishing in first place in Group D. In League D, in which they faced Azerbaijan, Faroe Islands and Malta, Kosovo secured the promotion after notably beating Azerbaijan at home with 4-0 in the last game. Kosovo finished the league unbeaten, with 4 wins and 2 draws, what secured them a playoff spot for the UEFA Euro 2020. After the successful Nations League encounter, Kosovo entered the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying in Group A facing England, Czech Republic, Bulgaria and Montenegro respectively, in which Kosovo were able to upset the opponents after managing their first win against Bulgaria away in Sofia with 2-3, followed by a surprising win against the Czech Republic with 2-1 in Pristina. The game against England away even saw the Kosovars took an early lead in the surprise, despite that they would lose 3-5 away, ending the longest unbeaten run in the football history of Kosovo. In the following, Kosovo would win once more, this time defeating Montenegro with 2-0 after that they faced the Czech Republic away. Despite a yet surprising lead, they were not able to hold on and would lose close with 2-1, the decider for the UEFA Euro 2020 campaign. Kosovo finished their qualifying campaign in third place with 11 points. In the UEFA Euro 2020 qualifying playoffs, Kosovo faced North Macedonia in the Tos Proeski Arena in Skopje. The match itself was very close, but North Macedonia would win this match, unfortunately ending Kosovo's dreams for a debut participation at the UEFA Euro 2020 for the Kosovans. This remains Kosovo's greatest national football team success so far. FC Pristina and KF Trepka are the most known football clubs in the country, followed by KF Balkani and KF Drita. Currently, Kosovo has a football league system which incorporates a number of clubs. The top division, the Raiffeisen Super League, has 12 teams. Kosovo's has seen more success internationally in individual sports, in particular judo, with 62 medals won in total, including 36 European medals, 3 Olympic gold medals, as well as 7 Judo World Judo medals and 9 medals at the Mediterranean Games. In the past, boxing had a successful role in Kosovo when it was part of the former Yugoslavia, winning 22 medals overall at this sport. Kosovo's history in futsal is stated since the early 21st century. They finally got accepted as an UEFA futsal member on the Congress in Budapest in September 2015. They gain access to the UEFA Futsal Champions League in their debut season in the 2016-17 UEFA Futsal Cup, in which FC Fenex Drinas made their debut for Kosovo at this competition. In the 2023-24 UEFA Futsal Champions League, FC Pristina 001 would made an quite successful debut in the UEFA Futsal Champions League. They were able to qualify for the round of 16 after being able to pass the first round after beating Iceland Isbjornen with 11-1 as well as Norwegian side Utlera with an 1-5 win. Against the Polish host, they were able to draw that match thanks to an goal from Max Haraj, finishing this group in the first place. Basketball is one of the most known sports in Kosovo. The first championship was held in 1991 with the participation of 8 teams. The first champion was KB Pristina. The Basketball Federation of Kosovo was accepted as a full member of FIBA on 13 March 2015. Since 2013, 5 teams from Kosovo, KB Pristina, KB Paja, KB Trepka, KB Bashkimi and KB Rahovici have participated in the Balkan International Basketball League, BIBL. KB Pristina has been crowned champions of the Kosovo Basketball Super League 14 times. They also won the Kosovo Cup 15 times, most recently in 2020. KB Pristina successfully won twice the Balkan International Basketball League, first in 2014-15 against BC Rilski Sportist and for the second time in 2015-16 after beating in the finals Mornar. Boxing is one of the most popular sports in Kosovo. Many Kosovan boxers competed with success in the past for Yugoslavia and for other nations, in fact, such as Luan Krasniqi being the 1996 European boxing champion and Olympic bronze medalist for Germany, or Arnold Yerjaj. Nowadays Ilir Latifi compete in UFC for Sweden. Robin Krasniqi, who is born in Istog in Kosovo, competing for Germany in boxing. He held the IBO light heavyweight and WBA interim light heavyweight championship. Aziz Salihu is the most successful boxer in Kosovo. He won 8 Yugoslav championships, in which of them 5 consecutive. Aziz would win 2 bronze medals at the European Championships, first in 1981.